Hi, my name is Lily and I felt compelled to make this video as a testimonial to my very good friend Caroline Kavanagh, who is a hypnotherapist. And Caroline worked with me earlier this year because I had been diagnosed with anxiety, which was crazy for me because actually I've always been a very confident person, really chilled. So the term anxiety really didn't ring true for me, and I really couldn't believe it when the doctor said that's what I was suffering. But I'd been getting these dizzy spells, I was feeling poorly a lot of the time, and when I broke it down I realised that he was right. I was suffering with this anxiety. So the doctor put me on medication, which I wasn't a fan of, and I made a decision straight away that I wasn't going to stay on it for too long. So I knew Caroline did hypnotherapy, and I'd already obviously met her and loved her as a person, but I'd never given hypnotherapy much sort of notice. I didn't really know much about it, and to be honest I was a little bit wary about doing it. It seemed a bit crazy that someone was going to mess with my mind, and you know, I was thinking, is she going to make me do the funky chicken? What's going to happen? My only experience of it up until that point had been on holiday watching people do the funky chicken on stage, so understandably I was pretty wary. So anyway, I'm going to try and cut this already very long story a bit shorter. I booked in to see Caroline, and I've got to say the first session was amazing, and I didn't even get hypnotised that first session, but I think I was there well over 2 hours, and just the therapy of being able to talk about what I was going through was amazing. Caroline was just all ears, and you know, listened when she needed to listen. She had amazing advice when it was time to give advice, and I felt like a massive weight had been lifted when I walked away from that session. Then I went back the second time, and this time I was hypnotised, and I thought I was probably going to be knocked out and then come round and I wouldn't be anxious anymore. I really didn't know, I had no idea. But it wasn't like that. I just felt completely relaxed. I was 100% conscious the whole time. I could hear what was going on. I was aware of my own body. I know I could have leapt up at any point. I was completely in control, which for me, being a control freak, was pretty important. And yet it was a very, very relaxing experience. And I've got to say, after that session, the anxiety had all but disappeared. Now, I'm not going to say it's completely gone, because I actually think everyone has anxiety in them if they want to tap into it. But the difference that Caroline has made for me is I'm now fully aware of the situation. I'm fully aware of what being anxious means. More importantly, I know what to do on days if I wake up and I'm feeling that little anxious niggle. I know exactly what it is I need to do, and I've got the mindset now that I know I can overcome it. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I've got anxiety, or I've got a phobia, or I'm a compulsive drinker and I don't know how to stop, whatever it might be, I truly believe this lady can help you, seriously. If nothing else, she's an amazing friend to have. She's so compassionate, very understanding. There is absolutely no judgment. And she's incredibly wise, a bit like Yoda. But seriously, you know, do yourself a favour, book yourself in, go and see Caroline, go and see what she can do for you, because she absolutely has changed my life. And I've got to say, I mean, yes, she helped me deal with the anxiety, but since doing those sessions, my whole life has just taken off, and I feel like I'm soaring. And I know that sounds really cheesy and cliche, and it's not meant to, it's just the truth. Since seeing her, I've discovered what my life purpose is, and I know that sounds crazy, but I really have. I'm happier than I've ever been, and I really attribute so much of that to my sessions with Caroline. And I know she's always on the end of the phone, and actually I've been back since for other things, because she can pretty much fix anything. So anyway, it was a really long video, I'm sorry about that, but in a nutshell, go and see Caroline, you won't regret it. Bye!